I'm Kirsten Brown, play defense.
I'm Miles. I'm a freshman.
I'm Felicia Dixon. I'm a senior, and I play defense on the lacrosse team.
I'm Robert. I'm a senior here, and I also play lacrosse.
I'm J.R.S. Hall. I'm number 6 on the Ottawa University lacrosse team.
I'm Jaden Spoor, number 41 on the men's lacrosse team.
Hi, I'm Luke Spells. I'm number 13 on the men's lacrosse team.
I'm Ariana Elgin. I'm number 23 on the women's lacrosse team.
Okay, so I remember there was an incident when I first started playing in high school, and I got called not very nice words by an opposing team. And I remember it was an incident like that where it was like, who do I talk to about this? Because there wasn't anybody on my team who really would understand it.
I've been called the N-word, the R, E-R. They're racist jokes on the field from the other teams. Also been called a coon.
My friends used to make fun of me. Oh, you play that little white girl sport, all this other stuff. And I would kind of just laugh along with it, but there wasn't a lot of people of color that played it in my high school.
Back in high school, there's a lot of derogatory names being called during one game. That led to a whole fight, but outside of that, I mean, it's pretty fair. Outside of when pushed your mom on the spot that.
I think in middle school, they try to get rid of the plastic goggles that I wear, and I'm not very good with contacts. I have sensitive eyes, and I got a suggestion of wearing a helmet, but the issue with the helmet was that my hair couldn't fit under it. And they were like, well, is there anything you can do about that? And I'm like, it's my hair, can't do much about that.
I think it didn't start until my freshman year in high school. I learned that you have to be stronger mentally than physically when you play the game, especially if you're a person of color.
Thankfully, the rule was overturned, but at the time I was like, well, do I just play blind, or what do I do? Because I'm not gonna just change my hair for the game.
It's known for being a white sport, and when people ask me now still, oh, that white sport, yada yada yada, I still get the same reaction.
I just ended up not saying anything about it at all, and I remember I carried that for a while, and then I remembered that was a little messed up.
It's kind of weird to think that you get used to those type of things,
Right.
but you definitely do. You kind of just tune it out and kind of make you better. So
Now, most schools is really big on diversity and also big on treating everybody with respect and equally.
I think it's important to have inclusiveness just because you get that diversity, you get that little feedback from what you usually normally do or think as to seeing someone else's view and thoughts as compared to just going off your own.
It is nice to have diversity, because therefore you have an idea of different backgrounds.
And different understandings.
Yeah.
For sure.
the diverse, inclusive environment of lacrosse is definitely a positive, especially here, and kind of getting all races, ethnicities, culture, people from cultural backgrounds together is pretty cool. So
Having inclusion, it also gives people to look up to, because honestly, I don't have a lot of people to look up to.
I think that's why it's really important to have people look like us in the game, so that people know the struggle, people know what it's like, and people know how hard it is to work your way up.
To know that there's other black players out there that I can look up to, I admire that.
Black History Month, what it means to me is more or less just being discriminated against, being put down, and not seen as just another human being, being deprived of the same opportunities as someone else could, even though we're all human.
It's a celebration for all of our ancestors, all the hard work and stuff they put in to make sure that we were free, had equal rights in a way.
I think Black History Month, it actually means a lot, just because focus on the attention of African Americans, but also from either back then, history, and also present, now.
For me, every time I hear of Black History Month, I kind of get a little upset, because it sucks that we have to have just a month to appreciate Black people and what we've been through. It's literally the shortest month, and it sucks that we can't just be included throughout the whole year, and how we just have to have something specifically geared towards us.
A lot of people don't really look at you, or doesn't really pay attention to really what you do until there, which is I think is kind of dumb to me.
Recognizing Black people just in general, but then also in areas where they don't have that much recognition and stuff, because we're everywhere and you can't deny that. And so this month is just to highlight them and be they are here, and you can't just get rid of them like that.
I think that Black History Month means to me is the accomplishments that African Americans have wanted to get out to the world, and finally they get the opportunity this month to show their accomplishments.
But at the same time, I'm thankful for it because it brings light to certain situations that aren't necessarily good, but those need to be talked about.
I mean, yeah, it definitely does highlight the things that people in the African American community do. That's a pretty big topic and aspect to kind of like push out, especially now. So yeah, I think it matters the most, and it's important to me because it gives like people like an opportunity, you know what I'm saying, to just like, I don't know, share positive light and shed positive light in times.
It's really just about showing that there's always going to be hardships no matter what your race is, where you come from. You know, those hardships are always going to be different for people, but at the end of the day, you can always power through it. You have the choice and the opportunity to do what you want to do. It may not be easy, it may not be the same road, there may be lots of ups and downs.
It's about being black, whether you're half black, third black, or if your grandparents are black, you still have black in you. I think it's about getting in touch with your roots and getting in touch with who you are and accepting who you are as well, and learning more about your ancestors, learning more about your culture, learning more about your family and what you can do for black people in the future, and just recognizing that importance that you have.
Makes us recognize what we've been through and how far we've also come as a whole group and community, and how much we've achieved as a whole, honestly, not even just as a black community, but like people in general, how much we've overcome and how much farther we have to go still.
No matter how far you go, like, you can be a change in whatever you do.
Go Chiefs.
Let's go Braves!
Let's go Braves.
In high school, where like okay.
And we'll go eat in the hallway. And we'll go eat in the hallway.
I'm done.